This time last week, the Kentucky Derby winner wasn't even in the Kentucky Derby. Fast forward to now, an 80-1 shot. Rich Strike won said Kentucky Derby after drawing in with the Ethereal Road scratch. And now just a week later, he's out. The Preakness. He's skipping the Preakness. We will not see a Triple Crown bid this year, as the 80-1 long shot winner Rich Strike has opted his connections. I don't think the horse had any say in the matter, but the connections have opted to skip. There's no issues, not that we know of, not that there's been reported, to skip the Preakness and head to the Belmont with fresh legs. Be fresh for that race. And of course, you know, the horse should relish going a mile and a half. I mean, he was just getting going, it looked like, in the end of the race in the Derby. So, thoughts on this news, Halterman? I mean, I don't think any of us were sitting here thinking, oh gosh, this is a Triple Crown, you know, like we got any shot here. So it's not really an issue in terms of a bummer for not seeing a Triple Crown or potential Triple Crown. But, you know, anytime you get a Derby winner, you want to see the horse run and obviously hope that he can at least win the Preakness and have a shot into the Belmont for a Triple Crown. It does a great amount of exposure for our sport. And so that's kind of the bummer. But your thoughts on the decision?
It hurts TV ratings a ton. The casual fan is not going to watch this now because Rich Strike is out. And that's many people have messaged me that don't know anything about horse racing and they're excited and they want to watch him. And, you know, can he win the Preakness? What do you think? And I've had that question asked a lot from people that maybe just watch the Derby and that's it. And so, yeah, that's gone. That story's gone. And that's the biggest blow of the whole thing for sure. You know, the Derby winner is not obligated to run in the Preakness, right? And they just decided, I guess, hey, it wasn't the plan, and we never really thought we would be in the Derby to begin with, and they were going to run in the Preakness. And then when they ran in the Derby, they just said, hey, we'd like to space out 5 weeks, and we'll go to the Belmont. So on we go, right?
I guess. I mean, I like, listen, and let me be clear. I have no idea what the horse is like, and maybe the horse has to have rest and just won't be any good if they, you know, and of course it could be more factors for injury, things like that. So I don't want to be like, you got to run them. But if the horse is doing fine and you win the Derby, I know you're not obligated to run the Preakness, but I feel like, why wouldn't you? How many times are you going to win a Kentucky Derby with a shot? And I get, like, the shot, it's very unlikely that the horse would go and win the next 2 legs, right? Like, I mean, but look at Mind That Bird. I mean, other than a freak filly and the Preakness, that horse would have lined up for the Triple Crown at Belmont. I mean, and he was a complete. I get that he wasn't quite the long shot as this horse, but still, you would have liked to see him try. I think that I think it's a mistake, honestly. But again, I don't want to like make it like, if they just say, well, you know, he's not going to be very good, or like, again, if we do run him this quick, we could risk injury, things like that. Like, of course, like, horse comes first. But all I'm saying is if the horse is fine, and that kind of brings me with concerns like, so what is wrong with the horse, or why is he tired? You know, is he way too tired after he ran? You know, I get that there was a plan, but you know, Epicenter's running in the Preakness.
Yeah, it's odd. And I think Randy Langley says it best. From that standpoint, he certainly deserves a shot, you know. And like you said, the horse didn't scratch himself. The good news is the horse doesn't give a damn if he runs in it or not. So he doesn't care about his legacy. He just cares about his meal tomorrow. But, you know, if he is truly healthy, doing really well, which they say he is, it's an odd decision. And you know, I've seen a lot of people say, "Oh, they're doing what's best for the horse." You have no idea what's best for that horse. Maybe he likes to run. You know, I mean, we could say it's a terrible decision. You could say it's a good decision. The truth is, none of us really know what the best decision is. That's because there is no transparency. We don't really know what that is. There something wrong with him or not? We'll never really know, right? I find it hard to believe if he's doing well and 100%, they wouldn't go to Baltimore. I would say he's come out of this race and he's pretty whipped. Now he did gallop over 2 miles, and a lot of people going crazy about that. Well, I mean, that's kind of what normally you do with a horse. So after a big race, and look, it's their decision. They can do what they want. It's very surprising to me. Very, very surprising to me.
It kind of goes back to, for me, what we always talk about with trainers who, and like, we obviously don't train horses, so I get that there's variants and there's all kinds of different circumstances. But when you have a good horse who's right, you run them, right? Like if D. Wayne had this horse, there'd be no question. And I get that that's one extreme, but whenever we see it so many times, right? Where there's these good horses and they win a big race, or they have the potential, they run a huge allowance, and then they back off and they say, well, we want him to make sure he's good for next year or whatever. And then we never see him again, or they don't come back right or whatever. And usually that's a sign that there's bigger issues. But again, if he's right, I just don't see, it's like I say, when are you ever going to have the opportunity? I mean, it's not like the race is going to be extremely difficult. It's going to be a lot like the Derby. You have to face Epicenter as terms of, the biggest threat who you just beat. So, I mean, to think that he could win this race wouldn't have been completely out of the question.
Well, let me just say it like this. If he is 100% healthy and they're skipping it, it's a mistake. And I don't stop with any other argument you might be wanting to make. Not you, but the people listening. I've seen it on Twitter. Nope. That's right. That's the right move. No, it's not. Not if he's 100% healthy. It's stupid. Because it's just what you said. They can go wrong at any time. And if that horse is spitting fire and he's healthy and he's ready to run and you're skipping it, it's not the right decision. Period. I don't care about anything else. It's the Preakness. If you got a horse that's healthy coming out of the Derby and is ready to run and you skip it, it's the wrong decision.
Mm-hmm.
There's no argument. I will not listen to it. Now, if he's really tired, if he's got a little problem, if they galloped him and he came back and he's not great, then I get it. 100%. You need to skip it. Don't push him to, into a race if he's not ready. So, and I mean, that's, again, I have to take what they're saying as the truth because I don't know any better. If he's doing great and we're skipping it on purpose, I don't think that's the greatest move. I really don't.
Don't you think it also factors, like, let's be real, like if this horse was, I mean, well, to say like the last Triple Crown winner, Justify, like he obviously had some issues and we won't get into all the specifics there, but like if the horse was supposed to win the Derby and won the Derby and now, you know what I mean? Like, but now it's like you kind of playing with house money a little bit where it's like, we probably aren't going to win the Triple Crown anyways. So it's like, let's just be careful. Versus, hey, this horse, broke the curse of Apollo and he hasn't lost yet. He won the Derby like that. And now, you know what I mean? Like you feel the obligation and you feel like you need to do it because this horse probably is going to win, assuming you can run in all two, the next two races.
Yeah, I think there's some to that. And I would get that. And maybe they've got some kind of deal lined up already as a stallion. You just don't know what's going on in the background, but maybe they've got a deal lined up and they've got some money guaranteed and said, okay, well, let's just be careful about this. Like I said, I don't know if it's Monday or whatever show it was on. It's like these aren't like elitists in the game, right? So like if somebody's offered them a lot of money already for a stallion deal, which again, I have no idea, and maybe they haven't, but that's gonna mean a lot more to them than a big racing outfit who has a ton of stallions already, So that's kind of, those kind of factors are going to play heavy. It would be like if you and I had the horse. Those factors would play a lot more heavy in your mind than if Windstar, who I keep thinking of, had the horse. And it's like, well, we've already made a bunch of stallions. Let's try to push him. Let's try to win a bunch of races, right? So there could be a lot of outside factors involved in this thing that we don't know about. And so it's hard to make any kind of, intelligent comment other than if he's perfectly healthy and they're skipping it on purpose, then I don't know what to say about that.
This has been a presentation of RacingDudes.com, your destination for all things horse racing and sports betting. Whether you want free winners, expert insider picks, up-to-the-minute trackside weather reports, or podcasts and videos for bettors of all skill levels, never make another wager without visiting the Racing Dudes. First,